This is a HeadGum podcast.
Yes, that's perfect.
Oh, perfect. Mike, can I get a little something serious out of the way
Yeah.
before we get really deep into this thing?
Yeah.
Man, today is a big, long day for me.
Mm-hmm.
And there's just a lot of like things going on in the Valley Folk world, and then like
EZU.
outside of that in the EZU,
Uh-huh.
there's a lot of things going on today for me, and I'm like, it's fine, it's manageable. There's just a lot going on, and I was like, last night I asked if it was okay if we could record at 9 a.m. and you were totally cool with it, which I appreciate. I wanted to say thank you to you for that, and and everybody who's listening to this know that like the last probably like 9 episodes have all been done in like the 9 a.m. 10 a.m. hour.
Sure.
This has been a morning record for us. So I try to be as well rested as I possibly can be for dynamic banter, because I like to have high energy and get ready for some potential new bits.
I like to
things
be
like
high
that.
for the show as well.
I like to come in and I wanna be well rested. And so last night I was like, I'm going to bed a little bit earlier, and it was like midnight, which is like, it's not terrible.
It's like a responsible teenager.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I'm going to go to bed at midnight. And so I was in bed at midnight, and then as you do, you start to browse the internet and you start to fall into the wormhole of porn and the disgusting underbelly of beyond what's beyond porn, because you're a 36-year-old man and porn doesn't work anymore.
I told you not to get that VR thing.
Anyway, so I'm like I'm watching things on the internet, and then I get a fucking like, and I don't want it, dude. Like, I'm sorry I'm even bringing this up, but I just have to.
Uh-huh.
There was another fucking mass shooting.
Yeah, very close to here.
And in my goddamn neighborhood, basically. Like, Thousand Oaks is like, I lived there for like 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was like I was watching this thing live, and man, it was just like, and so it was like not until like 2 a.m. ish that I ended up going to sleep, because I was just watching this coverage, and I was just making sure friends were okay, and just reading up as much as I could about what's going on, how many people are injured, what's going on, and I don't. I could look up all of these things right now, and I could like give you facts, and I could tell you probably they already know who
And they'll
did
probably
it.
change by the point.
They'll
by the
probably
time
change.
this
Yeah,
is-
I mean, dude, I was watching the live coverage, and the story was like changing as I was watching it. It was like, well, this passerby said that they threw like smoke grenades into the thing before they shot people up, and this person says that the guy started shooting people up, and then he threw smoke grenades, and someone said it was a semi-automatic rifle, and someone said it was a handgun, and it's like all of these, like when you're watching it live, it's just like you don't know what's going on. And but they were like talking to people that were inside and escaped, and they're like, there was this dad who was just like, I've never seen someone so shook, so shaken, so if affected. Obviously, I mean, can you imagine if you're in a place that starts to get shot up? Like, what is it even like? What happens to your brain when that happens?
Your instincts kick in.
Your instincts kick in, and everyone's instincts are different. And this guy was like, I was there with my son. I was looking for my son. I found him. We escaped. And he's like, but I saw people get shot. And then he just started breaking down and was like, I wish I could have done something. Like, I'm so sorry. He looked into the camera and with tears in his eyes, and he's like, I'm so sorry. I couldn't help other people, and I feel so bad. I'm so sorry. And the guy interviewing him was like, you did what you needed to do. You protected your son. That's all you can do in these situations. Like, don't worry, don't feel bad, don't feel guilty, all this stuff. And I'm just watching this in my bed, and I'm like, I've been in this neighborhood. Like, I haven't been to that place, but it's like I'm looking at the helicopter footage and I'm like, yeah, my fucking ex-wife used to work right there, and I used to go to the mall that's right there. And this is like Moore Park is the cross street. Moore Park is the freeway exit that they closed down, and that was my exit for years to get home. It's just so fucking tiring, man. It's so fucking tiring.
Yeah.
To just like wake up and you're like, our hearts go out to the fucking 13 people who died, 10 people who died, 5 people who died, 30 people who died. And it's like, it's just never gonna fucking stop, Mike. It's really one of those things where it's like, my fucking fat ass isn't gonna stop mass shootings.
Yeah.
And my tweets aren't gonna do shit. And like, what do you fucking do, dude? It's so helpless.
That's
it's
the only thing
helpless.
you could do is be the best person that you could be.
Yeah.
Like, did you see when they were interviewing the 3 girls and they were like, there were a bunch of guys who knelt down in front of us and like shielded us from stuff?
Yeah.
Like,
That's amazing, yeah.
I don't know, man. And you can't even fucking say anything because I don't.
I know, that's the thing. That's the thing. It's
no,
like,
but you know what? I don't care anymore, man.
Yeah.
Can't you see shit like that? And like, regardless of whether those people were fucking like Republicans or Democrats,
doesn't matter. They're humans.
Or like feminists or like whatever. Like,
we're talking about humans.
Human beings knelt down in front of other human beings, and excuse me for that.
Why are you so angry?
Those were headphones, and I'm sick of them being next to me.
Why could you be so angry?
I've just had enough of these headphones, and I think that's where it starts.
Yeah. That's the root of it.
But that is such like a human, like when pressed, like we will look out for each other.
Yes.
You know, and
Yeah.
other people will see something and make a split-second decision like, this is life or death.
Yeah.
What can I do to make other innocent people okay? And that can't be like glossed over ever.
No,
and a lot of people are going to make a lot of things out of this because they do every goddamn
and
time.
it's all going to be political, and it's all going to be this, and it's all going to be that. The guy that fucking shot it up was like fucking terrorist. Like, I mean, whatever. It doesn't matter. You're right. It's going to go political no matter what. But you're right. We can't lose sight of the fact that even in the midst of this horror, there are people who stop to help and stop to, like, you know, shield people. And I even heard that there was someone inside that was like, they were smashing windows with chairs, and then they were just like tossing people out the windows to like get them out as fast as they possibly could. Like, that's dude, those are superheroes.
Yeah,
those are real superheroes.
Yeah.
Like I'm just a fucking like weak nerd. Like, if I heard gunshots, it would probably take me moments before I even hit the ground.
I honestly thought you were going to say months.
It would take me months before I hit the ground. I just, you know, you can't help but think about what you would fucking do in that situation. What the fuck would you do? And, you know, we can talk for hours and hours and hours about all of this shit. It's just like, I'm just so sick of it, man. And it's like, you're right. All we can really do is follow what we're good at, do what we...
No, people say be the change, and then it's been said so much that it's like it's an embroidered quote by this point. But it's like, that's legitimately all you can do. There's unless you're going to be a fucking elected official that's going to like stand up to the NRA or like make decisions like that, either decide to do that or decide to be what is considered a good person.
You and I are not the problem. You and I are not the problem. I don't need to change my life to, like, you know, to be a better example of like how to be, to be a good person. Like, I don't break the law. I'm not a violent person. I'm a respectable person. I treat everyone with the same respect, women, men, Republicans, Democrats, whatever. Like, we're all sharing this fucking planet that we all live on together. And so we're from different ancestral backgrounds, but it's like we all are made of the same shit.
All of our grandparents fucked doggy style at some point.
Yeah, all of our grandparents, think of your grandma and grandpa right now. They fucked.
Yeah.
Your grandpa cummed. Next time you see your grandpa, think of your grandpa coming.
And that's what's important. And also,
we're all humans, man. We're all sharing this place.
And
it's like, I don't know how else to like get that out there. It's like people, but there's so much of this like xenophobia. It's just, there's so much of this like, if you're this, then you're different than me. And if you're that, then you're different than me. And it's like, fuck, man. We all have nervous systems and brains, and we all have the same shit, man. Yeah. We're not different.
It's this weird tribal mentality. But a couple things are important.
Yeah.
One, I went away and I met a lot of the people that from this area who listen to the podcast, and it's just more and more apparent that every time I meet these people, I see the positive impact that this show has on people, even if it's just for like an hour a week, you know?
Yeah.
So just know that we're going to make jokes today, but it's to fulfill a higher purpose.
Yeah.
And that's how we're going to help.
We when I was doing the Rocky Horror show, the Maggie Levin, who was the great director of that, she's a fantastic woman. She's just a strong, amazing, artistic, wonderful person. And she brought the whole team together before our last performance, and she was just saying all this great stuff about how, I mean, it was very emotional, and it was a very wonderful speech.
A theater person was emotional.
That's front page news.
That's fine.
But yeah, so it was wonderful, and it was like, nothing but mutual respect for everyone in that room, and we're all just kind of like enjoying this thing that these wonderful things she was saying. And then at one point she said, we are creating a service which is joy. Joy is the service that we are providing people. Mm-hmm. We are an hour and a half. We are 2 hours of 100% escape from what's going on outside those doors. We're going to make people laugh. We're going to make people feel horny, whatever. It's just it's just a moment of performance that is meant to elicit joy. And that's a service. That is a service to be able to elicit joy. And I think I can say that what we do here to whatever degree is we are providing joy. Yeah. We are providing joy to people that, whether they're depressed or they've had a bad day at work or they're bummed out about the fucking mass shootings that keep fucking happening, at the very least, we're fucking making jokes over here about shit, and we're making people laugh, and it's like sometimes that's all you fucking have, dude. Mm-hmm. Humor is all I had.
Yeah.
For a lot of my life.
Yeah. When
shit got real fucking bad, it was like, what do I do? Like, I want to laugh. I want to fucking go to my friend's house and watch some weird shit and laugh. Mm-hmm. Because, like, fuck, the alternative is crying in my room, which is fine too. But,
not all the time.
But not all the time, and not alone. Not always alone. Yeah. But yeah, man, it's just, humor is a very, very, very powerful thing, and I think coupled with hope, and coupled with like you said, Mike, that there were men that were shielding people from potential bullets and whatever. Jesus, this is so crazy to even think about this shit. Last fucking night, people were dying, dude.
Yeah, dude, and this is not the first time.
No, and it's not the last time.
Not the first time we've had to talk about something like this on this show.
Yeah.
Dude, I remember one day I had to do this with Elliot when I lived in my other apartment, and it was the day after the fucking the Las Vegas thing.
Yeah.
And it happens all the time, and people like to pretend that there's not a problem. Whatever.
It's easier to pretend like there's not a problem.
Yeah.
Because it means you don't have to
pretend like you have a solution to the problem.
Yeah, it means you don't have to do anything. It means the least amount of effort is required to not give a shit.
Mm-hmm. But I think it's starting to become it's such an emotional burden. How could that be the least You know?
Yeah.
How could pretending that it's going to sort itself out, or pretending that not making some kind of action with the people that have the power to make the action,
Yeah.
you know, why is that less work? Why is it less work to thwart the issue?
Yeah.
You know?
And you know, voting is a great way to kind of like, you know, do something.
Mm-hmm.
If you feel like there's nothing you can do, if you feel helpless, like I do, you know, you can, you know, fucking vote. You know, I don't know, man. If you want this shit to stop, there's a very clear. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's not correct to say there's a very clear path to end this shit, but there is a path that seems like a path not taken.
Mm-hmm.
When we've been in this fucking repetitious fucking loop of violence and fucking murder and evil, there is a path that leads outside of that fucking loop, I think, or multiple paths that points us in the right direction.
Mm-hmm.
I really do believe that. And whether you're a Republican or a Democrat or a Libertarian or whatever, what we're currently fucking doing is not working.
Mm-hmm.
This status fucking quo is not working. It's not stopping anything.
Mm-hmm.
It's not. There's no change. We are living through devastating fucking mass murder
mm-hmm.
while we go to buy our fucking sandwich at Subway and shit. And it's like, nobody wants that, right? Like, none of us want that. I mean, we could fucking go deep into this shit and go, well, there are people who benefit monetarily from that.
Mm-hmm.
There are people who directly benefit from mass murder.
Mm-hmm.
It's like mind-blowing. But on a human level, on the general fucking public, I can only assume that I could pull someone off of the street, any random person, and be like, do you want there to be mass murders every fucking day?
Mm-hmm.
And I would venture to say most of those people would say no.
If they spoke English.
If they spoke English. And if they spoke their own language, I would venture to say
they would say
no in their own language. I truly fucking believe that.
Uh-huh.
I truly believe it. But the only fucking way for it to ever work is for something to change.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only fucking way.
Mm-hmm.
And look, the Democrats have their ideas of how things should change. The Republicans have their ideas of how things should change. Look, at this point, I don't give a fuck whose fucking choice we make.
We
just
person.
need
Be
to
people
fucking
about it.
make a choice.
Yeah.
We need to be people. We need to know that as an individual, the one thing we probably all share together is we don't really want to fucking die.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, can't we just amplify that fucking feeling and figure this shit out?
Yeah.
God damn it. It's so easy to just make a fucking change, man. This isn't new. I mean, it's not, but it is. It's like man, I don't want this to get too political, but it's like you look at the results of this recent fucking election.
And when was that?
This fucking week, days ago.
Uh-huh.
You look at the results of that, and it's like there's some pretty standard stuff going on. Florida is a blue state. Texas is
no.
What's that?
No.
Oh, sorry. Florida's a red state. My bad. Jesus Christ. This is how combobulated I am. Florida, Jesus, yeah. Not in my lifetime will Florida be a blue state. Not that it really matters, but...
Well, it's purple. It's always very close.
Well, Texas is purple, which is a thing that's like...
No, Texas is red because they voted for Ted Cruz rather than Beto.
Are you sure? I thought it was the other way around.
No, red is the Republicans.
Well, yeah, but I thought...
Republicans.
But I thought Florida was
Red
the one
Republicans.
that Well, listen, it doesn't matter. We're
Florida's
not
the one that was like decided by one vote a couple years ago.
This is a more important point that we're getting to, which is we're not super political either, Mike and I. And I don't want to speak for you, but I'm certainly not super political.
No, I like good people, so I don't pay attention to a lot of politicians.
Just when I understand that it can become annoying to see timelines filled with vote, propaganda, whatever, everyone's agendas. You've got like this side with their agendas. You've got that side with their agendas. Who do I choose? Who's the right one? What who am I angry at? Put all that fucking shit aside. And just, this is where it starts to get hard. Because that's when what I'm asking people to do is just use your own idea of what you think life should be.
Don't be passive.
Don't be passive.
Don't we live in a very, and me and my friend Sean were talking about this recently. We live in a passive society where like no one reads. It's like you watch videos and you listen to people.
Right.
Talk,
no one reads. You're
and
right.
then you
reading.
find someone that you identify with and you're like, yeah, that's close enough to whatever. I'm not going to go out and do my own research or do whatever because my family's telling me this and my friends are telling me this and the people I admire, whether they be like celebrities or old people.
Or it's like, I don't want to read like about like what this senator believes in. Like, I don't want to sit here and read this shit.
But the fact of the matter is, like, if you're an American and you want to enjoy everything that comes with being an American,
which
and
we
you've
do,
just taken it for granted for your whole life because you've never fucking fought in a war or you've never, like, had anything where you've had to lay your life on the line for your country to be okay, at the very least, just don't be passive. Don't be a passive citizen.
Yeah.
Like, care enough to care about your country.
And it's so fucking, like, it's almost like talking to a wall to say, care more.
Mm-hmm.
Because
you can't make anyone do anything.
You can't. And
but
you can't,
like,
you certainly can't make people care more.
Mm-hmm.
It's not until fucking shit like this happens when someone fucking, like, even me, like, I'm pretty vocal about stuff on Twitter and I'll share appropriate links that I think pertain to one of those pathways I was talking about.
But everybody knows that tweets with links don't do as well. And that's a hard fact of the internet.
I just so that we don't talk about politics for fucking a half an hour and talk about humanitarian things, I just want to say one last thing, and we can move on and we could try to do some jokes on this fucking podcast. Mm-hmm. The last thing I want to say is you don't want people to die as a human. Like, I think I can almost guarantee that you don't want people to die.
Mm-hmm. That's the hope.
You don't want your family to die.
Uh-huh.
You don't want to worry about your little brother in school or your little sister in at a concert or your cousins going to a fucking...
Your friends' kids.
Going to a fucking bar
mm-hmm.
on college night when drinks are fucking cheap.
Yeah.
And they're just trying to fucking... Like, this particular establishment... People go to line dance and, like, socialize. Mm-hmm. It's like, you don't want to hear that your fucking friends went to go drinking and now they're dead.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody wants that. And it's like, just try to fucking figure out something. Just try to think in some different way that will lead you to the path of how to change this shit. However extreme that may be. Like, go to fucking volunteer with these poll workers. Go to fucking protests. Whatever. That's the extreme.
Well, not however extreme.
Well, obviously,
there is a method that you probably shouldn't take.
If I'm saying you don't want people to die, then obviously don't go and fucking hurt people.
Yeah, because that would be counterproductive.
That's counterproductive to the point I'm trying to make. The point I'm trying to make is that, as cliche as it fucking is, the only way this is going to stop is if something fucking changes. And you, listener, you person listening to this, you know, if you're not in the U.S., then like, congratulations. you're. I mean, you have your own problems for sure, but Jesus fucking Christ!
Right now, the Canadians are like,
yeah, right. Well,
not really.
If you live in the U.S. and you're listening to this, you absolutely have the power to push this fucking damaged place into a better direction. You really do.
If you think about it, like if you could point at people, and this is the way your brain works, if you could point at people and say, well, this is your fault, and your fault. Those are just people who were your age at one point, who decided to take a path in their life.
Right.
And whatever. And maybe we're not talking to any future senators in here, but we got about 30, 40,000 people. So chances are if we play the odds, one of you is going to be a senator at some point.
Right.
And one of you is gay. And that's up to you to find out.
This has been.
But you know, all you could do is be the best version of you and hope that rubs
on
off
the smallest scale. Yes,
yeah, man.
All you can do is be the best version of you that you can possibly be.
But
which
also,
means,
like, we're the future, and your kids are the future.
Yeah.
So you got to raise people right, and you have to have, like, you know, got to have your strong convictions, and you got to pass those down. You got to be good to people, and you got to show other people with your actions how to be good to people.
And look, I understand that, like, there's very little instant return and instant gratification when you're nice to somebody. But that's not why you fucking do stuff, man. You do it because we're only on this planet for a fucking tiny blip. And you want to live the best possible fucking life that you can while you're there. And one of the ways to do that, I truly believe, is to be a fucking kind person.
Yeah.
I guarantee to you, if you are a kind person, that type of behavior, it pulls in its own reward.
Yeah.
And I guarantee that either your body will feel better, your family will feel better, your friends will feel better. It's a ripple effect. If you go to some, like what Mike and I do with this podcast to a degree. If you're walking down the street and you see someone drop a fucking box, or like they drop their purse or something, and you go over and you help them and you pick up the purse and you give it to them and say, here you go. Are you okay? Have a good day. For all you know, just doing that changed that person's life in such a dramatic way that you helped that person achieve happiness. And I'm not even joking. That little gesture could help that person achieve happiness.
Even the fact that you didn't dig around in that purse for a long time
to look for gum. And you know there's gum in there.
You know there's gum because it's an old woman.
And there's a lot of gum in there.
You know there's a Werther's original in there.
There might be gum from the 80s in there. Yeah. And that's a win.
That's baseball card gum.
Just be nice to people, man. That's all I'm saying. That's all Mike's saying. That's all I'm saying. I'm sick of seeing these fucking mass shootings, man.
Yeah, man.
I don't know. I just
be careful,
I did what I felt was right during these midterm elections or whatever the fuck this was. I thought I did my research. I read as much as I could. I voted on the things that I felt were the right things to vote on. And look, again, if your ideals, if your vision of what life should be doesn't align perfectly with the fucking libs and whoever else, the Democrats, whatever, it doesn't matter. If it doesn't align with that, that's fine.
Yeah.
If you want to fucking own your guns, fine. But something needs to change. And that's it. That's it. And we all have to agree on that.
Yeah.
We just have to agree. Like, put your pride aside, put your ownership of your fucking, put your fucking constitution, your constitutional fucking, your goddamn fucking bulletproof grip on the Constitution aside for a second. Seriously, and just something needs to change. Something.
Yeah.
That's all.
I will say the people of Connecticut got together collectively and voted Adam Gill out of office, and
that's
Chapman,
that was really the
Connecticut.
best news out of that,
because
out of your
a lot
hometown.
of people were worried, and now he's out, and that's just a little bit of the change.
And that's how that works.
Yeah.
You do the research. Just do the fucking research, man. I'm not even gonna like I'm not even gonna hold your hand on this one.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be like I'm too angry, and forgive me for being so fired up about this shit.
Yeah. No emotions from now on. You're using up all your emotions.
Forgive me. Usually I'm just this like, ooh, wow, here's a fart sound I'm gonna play off the internet. Right now I'm a little too mad, and I'm just gonna say it. Start to do some fucking research. Just start to read some shit. Go online, whatever you believe in, and just try to find the path that will lead to the change that will stop these fucking mass shootings.
And also, like, going to attack people online isn't gonna do nothing. It's not gonna do.
Although
nothing.
it's hard to. I mean, even I've been kind of aggressive at times on the internet, but it's like it's hard to not.
The right things aren't the easy things to do.
Well, yeah, and anger creates some pretty stupid shit sometimes.
But it also pushes everybody farther apart.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And it's like they keep saying like in order for this country to change, something big has to happen or whatever.
There's no easy answer. There's no easy answer. There's no like and like I said, there's a lot of pathways that lead to the change we all want to see. But but one thing that I can say with confidence is so far nothing's working. So what is it?
Yeah,
and
what's next?
What's next? And so,
because that's the deal with everything else, right?
Yeah.
If something's not working with the economy, you vote people out, and then the economy goes up or whatever.
Right.
So what's the thing with this?
Well, I mean, and also there isn't like a fucking, president that would be like a fucking saint. Like even Obama was like did some fucking awful shit, and
A politician,
and it's tough. It really is the lesser of two evils when you kind of come down to it. When it comes to these powerful politicians, there isn't really like at the end of the day. I don't know if there is a right choice. But there is some choice that leads down the path of the least amount of casualties. There has to be.
Yeah.
And whatever that one is where I'm going to be focusing. And I truly believe that there's a lot of intelligent people in my life who
will tell you who to vote for.
Will tell you who to vote for. All right.
What a terrible.
Yeah, exactly. What a
12 steps backward.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just
well,
listen
look,
to
hey,
your
listen,
richest friends.
Listen. This might not be the best thing to support.
Vote the way black people vote.
But here's the thing.
Black people have never been wrong.
Here's the thing. If you are so disconnected from politics that you don't want to learn about this stuff, like sure, you have the right to do that, as irresponsible as that is.
Yeah.
As someone who, like Mike said earlier, is possibly reaping the benefits of this country that you live in if you are a United States citizen. If you just can't be fucking bothered to fucking do research and read and fucking go, and do the extra work it takes to fucking, help people and do the right thing, then I mean, look, I don't think this is the best option, but it's like if there are people in your life that believe in the right things and their beliefs align with yours, and they also just so happen to include the ideas of that lead to not hurting people, that lead to no more murders, then you could probably go to that person and say, who do you think I should vote on?
I'm telling you, man. Sean Joshi's School of Voting.
What's that?
He told me yesterday, we were doing a podcast, the Fanatics podcast, and he goes, on every... Black people have been on the right side of history in every election. So if you absolutely don't want to read anything,
vote the
way black people vote. The right side of history since Abraham Lincoln. Wait, could they vote in that election? For Abraham Lincoln? Could they vote for the person who
Could they vote for the guy that freed the slaves?
Probably after that. Everyone after that.
Yeah, I mean it's definitely a generalization. But,
no, yeah, 100%.
But
we didn't say no generalizations. We live in a passive society.
But I mean, look, yeah, if that's the way you're gonna vote, if you're like, I'm too afraid to like make a decision for myself. Mm-hmm. Again, I'm not saying this is the best option, but if you're the type of person that is not going to change, you're not going to do the research, you're not going to try to do the right thing on your own, then at least find someone that believes in the same things you do, and again, believes in the path of least murder, the path of least mass murder.
I wish there were so many ballots to fill out on the election sheet, and there were none that said less murders
or more murders. Yeah.
I saw daylight savings time, but
which I think is going to finally be talked about as a thing that to get rid of.
I was texting Delman the other day, and we were going back and forth. We were saying things about the election, making funnies. And he goes,
Which is what you do?
I just voted for the to end daylight savings time, and that's it.
I left everyone else blank.
And I laughed for a long time.
Yeah.
Imagine going and standing in line for 3 hours and then voting to end daylight savings time and leaving the rest of the boxes blank.
And then mic drop. Yeah. I'm out. I don't care about anything else.
Well, that's that. God bless his heart.
I mean, we don't need daylight savings time anymore. That was for farmers way back in the day, wasn't it?
That doesn't make any sense to me.
I think it was for farmers and crops.
Okay.
And I think that there
are no more of either.
I think there are no more of those things, and there's just Gatorade.
Holy God.
All right, let's do some sponsors, and then maybe we'll do a joke or two. I don't know. We'll see.
Let's sell some stuff.
Let's sell some stuff. Let's be a part of the problem.
No, wait for example. Sugar addiction.
Hold on a second. Where's the fucking goddamn?
Whoa. Wait a minute.
Guys, today's episode of Dynamic Banter is brought to you by Blue Apron.
It feels so weird.
What's that smell? It's a Blue Apron fresh ingredient from the farm.
What's that smell? Is it progress as a country? Not this time. This time it's Blue Apron.
Blue Apron.
And you're cooking.
It's something you can expect like clockwork other than safety.
Come on.
In our own backyards is Blue Apron.
I can't promise you progress, but what I can promise is a delightful meal.
Delicious farm fresh ingredients and step-by-step recipes directly to your door. Blue Apron's mission is to make incredible home cooking accessible to everyone. Wow, this is a great track.
This is very intense.
I love this. I'm going to listen to this when I go running. I want to get on the treadmill to this song. I'm gonna stop the bad stuff in the world. I'm gonna stop. But first I'm gonna take care of myself. When my body's happy and I'm happy, then I'll make the right decisions.
And you do that by getting farm fresh ingredients.
Here's the thing, guys. You can support a more sustainable food system by joining the Blue Apron family. Now, how does it work? Well, I'll tell you. You choose chef-designed recipes. They deliver the fresh, seasonally inspired ingredients. And then you cook incredible meals in as little as 20 minutes.
Ooh.
Why don't you let Blue Apron do the meal prep for you? How about this? Dinner in less than 20 minutes.
I'll take it.
or in as little as 20 minutes.
I'll take it again.
Every week, at least 3 recipes built with your busy schedule in mind, where Blue Apron has done the meal prep for you, prepared sauces, spices,
Zests.
and ingredients. So check out this week's menu and get your first 3 meals free at blueapron.com/banter. That's blueapron.com/banter. Get your first 3 meals free. They got smoky chicken and sweet potato bake with cheesy cornbread biscuits. Oh my God.
Ooh.
Oh my God, that sounds so good. How about hot Italian sausage pizza with roasted peppers and olives?
Don't mind if I do.
Mike, why don't you stick a fork into this homestyle beef, these homestyle beef medallions?
Well, what is it?
And maple pan sauce. And I'm not done. And there's also mashed potatoes with garlic sauteed kale. Mike, grab your chopsticks, because coming up next is beef and broccoli in cumin spiced sauce with garlic rice.
Human being.
And get a spoon, Mike. I know you're not done with that last one, but here comes some hearty vegetables in a hearty vegetable grain bowl with avocado and creamy fig dressing. Mike, hold off on that meal while I serve you a hot Italian sausage pizza with roasted peppers and olives.
Like 2 feet?
Now I'm going to need you to go ahead and eat all those meals right now. Tell me what you think. Guys, blueapron.com/banter. Get your first 3 meals free. Blue Apron, a better way to cook. That's a great track.
That's a water level track.
All right, we got another sponsor here.
Use me as
An example of an addiction.
What did she say?
A candy addiction.
Candy addiction. That's the one.
This one's not playing.
Can't.
Use me as an addiction for a addiction.
Hey, Alana did a great job on the podcast.
Thanks, man.
She's
Yeah,
a very pleasant person.
She just is. She just is this ray of sunshine in these dark times, Mike Falzone. Yeah, she's a real pleasant gal. I want to have her on with us.
Yeah.
And then wow, I just can't open. Suddenly, this site just doesn't work anymore.
If you're a grown up and you take a picture with somebody in a like a mascot costume, like in Disney, that makes me uncomfortable.
Wait, if you're a what?
Like if you're a grown up and you take
if you take a picture with a Disney character,
like a Tigger or something.
Yeah, I understand.
Because you know what's going on.
I totally understand. I totally understand that.
Yeah,
ooh, excuse me. Guys, our next sponsor is Eero. That's right, Eero. Now, this is a new sponsor. Life's too short for bad Wi-Fi, ladies and gentlemen. Here's the story of Eero. They started Eero to build the Wi-Fi they wish they had in their own homes. A fast, reliable connection in every room and the backyard, too. In February 2016, we introduced the Eero home Wi-Fi system, bringing the idea of multiple access points placed throughout a house to consumers for the first time. So basically what Eero is a super rad product that extends your Wi-Fi to places where the connection's not so good, or to places where you don't even get a connection.
For example,
Eero Plus. It's designed to provide simple, reliable security that defends all of your home's devices against a growing number of threats such as malware, spyware, phishing attacks, as well as unsuitable content. Eero Plus is something you can purchase along with Eero, which gives you super awesome security, which I think is fantastic. The new Eero 2nd generation and Eero Beacon allow a customer to build a Wi-Fi system that's more perfectly tailored to their home than ever before. They offer more speed and range in the same high-quality, elegant design that people have come to expect. With the addition of the third 5 gigahertz radio, the 2nd generation Eero is now tri-band and twice as fast as its predecessor, which lets customers do more simultaneously in every room of their home. Whatever your Wi-Fi needs, Eero has the power to seamlessly blanket your home in fast, reliable Wi-Fi, increased speed and range with powerful tri-band radios.
Are you sick of not playing Xbox Live in your bathroom or your bunker?
Yeah,
your doomsday bunker.
You could totally do it with Eero.
Yeah, dude, 10 Cloverfield Lane would have been totally different
if they had Eero. Yeah, absolutely, because they could use the internet and talk to anybody.
Yeah, anyone. even the director of the next movie, and tell him not to do it.
Here's some Eero Plus information, guys. Total network protection. Eero Plus offers the ability to block malicious and unwanted content across your entire network. Advanced security by checking the sites you visit against a database of millions of known threats. Eero Plus prevents you from accidentally visiting malicious sites without slowing anything down. Content blocking. Eero Plus automatically tags sites that contain violent, illegal, or adult content, so you can choose what your kids can and cannot visit right in the Eero app. And ad blocking. Get rid of those annoying ads and pop-ups on all your devices. Ad blocking also improves load times for ad-heavy sites, so you can browse and stream faster than ever before.
Keep in mind, you don't want those kids going to adult sites because they're not adults yet.
The single router model just doesn't work for our increasingly high bandwidth world. It's simple physics. The light waves... Wi-Fi waves don't go through walls well. I don't know if you knew this. Imagine asking a light bulb in your living room to light your master bedroom.
For example, if you want to try this out in practice, try to go through a wall.
Now, what you need is a distributed system. This is what offices have had for years at considerable work and expense. With Eero, you can install an enterprise-grade Wi-Fi system in your home in just a few minutes. Simply download the Eero app on your iOS or Android devices, and it'll walk you through each step of the process. It's quick and easy and painless. Here's the thing, guys. I have been using Eero for a few weeks now, and it's night and day. My internet connection in my bedroom sucked. And can you imagine what that's like to have a shit internet connection in your goddamn bedroom where you want to do most of your porns?
Is that right? Are you a bedroom porn guy?
Yeah. Where are you, a bathroom porn guy?
No, that
Kitchen?
doesn't make any sense. Kitchen.
Yeah,
I
get
it was
it.
just a regular,
I get
normal.
it, man. You can't help it when the food's around.
I got that blue apron, set up my laptop.
So I used my Eero. I put one of the little Eero, what are they called? What are the little beacons? I put an Eero beacon in my bedroom, and it has a cool little night light on it, and it can light up like a little section in your room, like a shh good night. And it connected to the Eero hub, which is in my living room where my router and modem is. And it just it extended the Wi-Fi connection into my bedroom, and I've had perfect Wi-Fi in my bedroom now.
What's it like to go on the internet in your bedroom?
It's lightning fast. Never think about Wi-Fi again, ladies and gentlemen. Never think about Wi-Fi again. Get $100 off the Eero base unit and 2 beacons package and 1 year of Eero Plus. Visit Eero.com. That's EERO.com/banter. And at checkout, enter Banter.
Little dances are my favorite, if I'm being honest.
So yeah, guys, I can attest. This is a great product. It's very awesome. It has extended my Wi-Fi. If you have Wi-Fi problems or if you want Wi-Fi in different areas in your house, check it out. Eero.com/banter, EERO.com/banter, and check out, use that promo code BANTER, and you get that $100 off that base unit with 2 beacons and 1 year of Eero Plus.
Steve, why don't you save these guys some money and just mail them one of your beacons, no matter where they are, and extend your Wi-Fi to their house?
Perfect. I would love to. If that would work, I would do it.
I mean, there's only one way to try to do it.
Well, I think there's 2 ways.
My mistake.
All right. Namaste. I'm sorry for the subject of this podcast, Mike. I'm going to apologize
to you.
to you.
You didn't do it.
I know, but I didn't tell you I was going to do this.
Did you know the whole time?
No.
Because that's a little dishonest.
I didn't know. But I was just like, fuck it. You know, I was listening to the radio. I listened to this radio station that's, it's like Woodland Hill. It's like in Woodland Hills, this super rad radio station.
W8.5, The Rain. W222.
94.7 Doreen.
WWEB, WW2W.
KCSN. That's what it is.
KCSN,
KCSN, which is a great radio station.
KCSN, tell them why you mad.
Dude, I love it because it's like the stuff they play is just fantastic. But also, this morning I was listening on the way to work, and the guy was like, all they do is play music. They don't have like guests well, sometimes they do, but they don't do like commercials really, and it's like kind of like user supported radio. And it's just music, and you don't hear repeats, and it's just like really cool shit.
They play every song once.
There's like you'll never hear it again.
If you made a request, you better keep it locked.
They play like deep burns from like Talking Heads and like really cool alt music like that, and then they'll play like TV on the radio and things like that.
Nice.
Anyway, they play a lot of great shit, and I was just listening this morning, and the guy that was just like, coming up next, we're gonna listen to this and blah blah blah. He was like, I know we don't talk about the news here. We play music, but I just wanted to say, our hearts go out to those that were affected by the shooting in Thousand Oaks. And it was just this super succinct, respectful, nice, just kind of like our hearts go out to the families of this tragedy and affected by this tragedy. And I was just like, wow, that's pretty. I mean, whatever. It was nice to hear them acknowledge it, and I just felt
nice
like
when people are human beings.
Yeah, I felt like I just needed
to
talk about it a little bit. So
yeah.
Anyway, I guess, do you want to do a history road?
Yeah, man. Can I tell you real quick about this drinking game I made up on the plane to Nashville?
Yeah, please.
You take a drink every time Lenny Kravitz says, yeah, yeah, yeah. Because he does it in every goddamn song.
Wow, I love that.
Yeah. I dare you to find me a song. Doesn't matter. Slow. All of my life. Yeah. Where have you been? Yeah.
So it's kind of like Drake with his
Yeah.
Yeah,
man. Drake talks about texting a lot, huh?
Drake does talk about texting a lot. He's the voice of the millennium.
Millennial Falcon.
He's a millennial Falcon, if you will.
How about a history ropes?
Okay. All right. Let's do a history road.
Okay. Shout out to everyone who came to Nashville.
History. History.
This history road comes from Laura Rocco, or Rocco, R-O-C-C-O.
It's a Roku.
It's a history road and a thank you. The email begins with an open email.
Open.
Hi, Mike and Steve. Here's a quick history road about the time one of your signature jokes failed me. I live in Illinois, and one of my friends recently mentioned that this has been one of the coldest falls we've had in a long time. This has been...
I gotta see where this is going.
Seeing a great opportunity to impress my friends with a signature dynamic banter joke, I remarked that The Coldest Fall is my favorite John Grisham novel.
Good.
Wonderful.
Yeah, great.
How could that fail? If that's the one, if that fails, I'm going to be upset with these people. Since my friends and I are all getting master's degrees to be librarians, wow, perfect crowd. I really thought this would go over much better than it did. Turns out that they're too young to know who John Grisham is or read any of his books, and no one got the joke. Hold on. You're trying to get a master's degree to be a librarian, and you don't know who John
questions for this person.
Grisham is?
You need to get a master's to be a librarian?
Yeah, you didn't know that?
Dude, you could just be a doctor.
You need a lot of school to be a librarian.
Because you need to have read all the books in the library to be able to tell people.
Not only that, a librarian is something that might not even exist in the next 10 years.
So why go pay all those?
Well, because if you get your master's degree to be a librarian, you can also be an archivist.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I always thought that was a cool thing because my ex-wife wanted to be a librarian. And I was like, libraries are going to be like fucking extinct, dude. What are you doing? And she was like, well, no, I could like work at a movie studio and be their archivist and like and have a library of all the movies or props.
The dopey digital decimal system.
Yeah. There's a lot of jobs for a librarian, even if libraries go away, which would be really sad. But anyway, I only know who John Grisham is because I worked at a public library for 3 years and shelved his books 18,000 times when old people returned them. Just wanted to let you know that your joke is out of date. Maybe try referencing your favorite Justin Bieber songs instead.
No,
I don't know.
There's nothing wrong with the joke. Get new friends.
Yeah, that was a good joke.
Yeah,
I would have fucking... we laughed. We
We're
laughed at it.
comedians, and we get paid to make people laugh, and we laughed at your joke.
Yeah.
And your friends are starting to be librarians.
And you didn't pay us to laugh at your joke. I get paid to laugh at jokes. And I didn't... And I got zero money from that joke, and I loved it.
It was a good joke.
On a slightly more serious note, I also want to thank you guys for all of your hard work producing this podcast. I've had a tough year, and it's hard not to be constantly overwhelmed by negative thoughts and feelings.
Please never say anything negative on the podcast.
But please don't ever go into a dark area, because it would really destroy me. But no matter what's going on, I can always count on at least 1 hour each week to smile, laugh, enjoy a good bit, and sometimes hear some positive life advice. That means a lot to me. Your efforts don't go unnoticed or unappreciated, and I just want to share that with you. I hope this history road finds you well. Laura, close email.
I would like to say one thing to
Laura?
because of that, well, to Laura and to everyone listening, we should make an effort, and this is kind of like out of the realm of comfortability, but we should make an effort to close this with at least one good bit. And make the effort to do what we do so that this entire hour that wasn't sponsors is about some negative black world shit.
I mean, I think there were some good moments in the email reading where we told some jokes, and you know, I don't think we should force anything.
I think we should force
You want to try to force one?
Yeah.
Okay. What do you want to? Okay, so then I'll let you lead this,
Okay.
and then we'll see where it goes.
And this is just right off the top.
Okay.
So
Something about birds. Birds
listen,
Birds don't want to be in cages.
start saying other things.
Old
that we've
bits,
said
yeah.
before.
By the way, did you see that we have a bit archive? You heard about it in the
I
podcast.
told you about it before.
Yeah. I didn't know. I guess I didn't.
I told you
I guess
about
it
it.
didn't.
I hope that in that archive there's an episode where it says Mike tells Steve about the bit archive. I know there's a clickable link. On the way to Palm Springs,
Yes,
there's
go ahead.
you could pull off the road in the desert and visit dinosaurs. And there's just the desert, and then there's the gas station, and then there's dinosaurs.
Oh, the Cabazon dinosaurs.
Why do you think that is there?
I love them.
Yeah.
Do you know the pop cultural significance of those dinosaurs?
No, but I'd love to.
You've seen Pee-wee's Large Adventure?
Pee-wee's, remind me of who this is.
You've seen
Is it possible
now,
for a man
Pee-wee-
named Pee-wee to have a large adventure?
well, and also I need you to know that the name Pee-wee is actually a shortened name. The full
It
name
used to be Stuart
is
Little.
Peelawrence Weeliamson.
Now, what nationality is that? That sounds Lithuanian.
I
in
think it's
nature.
American.
If I told you to repeat that name, would you be able to?
Peelawrence Weeliamson.
Hank Williams.
Now in P. Lawrence Williamson's Large Adventure, he loses his bike, and he goes to the Cabazon dinosaurs spot, and there's a famous scene in that movie where he sits in the T-Rex's mouth with the French woman that he meets at the diner.
The one where he eats sandwiches with.
Yeah,
Plays with their hair
and he
and
gets
whatever.
chased around by a large man with a bone there.
Caveman.
So that's the pop culture significance, I think.
So
of
that thing is still there because it was in that documentary once.
This was in. No, I mean I don't actually
You're
know.
driving past the office that was Dunder Mifflin. This was in.
This was like that's
Starline
what
tour.
if we did a Dynamic Banter tour of
Yeah.
L.A.
It's called This Was
Is
In.
this was in?
Yeah.
And it
I
was like
that.
this was in. This was in. I without looking it up, I think the significance of the dinosaurs is based on the company, the Sinclair gas company,
Kind of.
where it's just the logo is like a brontosaurus.
Okay.
You know what I'm talking about?
Kind of. Not
There's
really
a gas company. There's like an Arco or like a 76.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
It's like a gas company called Sinclair, and their logo is a dinosaur.
And the Pegasus was already taken, so they had to be.
The Pegasus was taken.
Yeah.
So I think The Pegasus Was Taken was my favorite film at Sundance last year.
I'm too young to get it.
So I think I'm just gonna assume that the Cabazon dinosaurs are kind of like a marketing ploy from the Sinclair company.
So come check out our dinosaurs, but you probably need
Come get gas at our gas station, but associate these
Come for the
dinosaurs
gas,
with
stay
our
for the
gas
dinosaurs.
station.
Sure. Yeah.
But let's see. Wikipedia has an entry about them. Did you stop and see them, or you just see them?
I pulled off that exit to take pictures of a couple Obey things that were posted on
that's
old,
neat.
What do you call them?
Like brick walls or
No,
something?
billboards.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
But you didn't take any photos of the Cabazon dinosaurs?
Nope.
Okay. And you had no interest in walking over and inspecting them closely?
I guess I didn't.
Okay. That's okay. I think they're meant to be kind of just like a tourist trap.
Maybe that's why. Maybe my common sense drew me away from
It's
that.
just a
and
tourist
said,
trap.
ooh, there's a prolific street artist who did this, who traversed barbed wire to get his message out there.
Yeah.
Or some dinosaurs
Giant
designed to sell me
plaster.
gas.
Giant plaster dinosaurs.
Yeah.
Well, I find I get a lot of joy out of seeing them because I love Peelawrence Weeliamson's Large Adventure. And when I was a kid, my parents would, like, when we'd go to Palm Springs or something, my parents would go let's go see the dinosaurs. And as a kid, of course, you're gonna eat that shit up.
Such a magical place. Palm
It's a magical
Springs.
place, Palm Springs. So here's what I'm gonna say about the Cabazon dinosaurs. This is what Wikipedia says. And by the way,
Cabazon. Square. Cabazon. Cabazon.
but when the Valley Folk came back from Arizona, our trip to Arizona, we stopped at the Cabazon dinosaurs and took some photos and did some video stuff there. It was exciting.
Is that where Joe got the...
The cactus?
Yeah.
No, that was in Arizona.
Oh, okay.
Cabazon dinosaurs, formerly Claude Bell's dinosaurs.
Hey, whose dinosaurs are these?
Well, those
in
are
the middle
Claude
of the
Bell's.
desert? Oh, okay. Forgive me.
Now you take a left at Claude Bell's dinosaurs.
Now, if you see Steve Nielsen's dinosaurs,
You've
you've
gone
gone
too
too far.
It's a roadside attraction in Cabazon, California, featuring two enormous steel and concrete dinosaurs named Dinny the dinosaur and Mr. Rex. I did not know that. Located
Please, T was my father.
they were located just west of Palm Springs. The 150-foot long brontosaurus Dinny.
Denny loves
And
bread.
the 65-foot Dinny loves bread and cheese. And the don't wake Dinny, and the 65-foot tall Tyrannosaurus Rex, Mr. Rex, are visible from the freeway to travelers passing by on Southern California's Interstate 10. The roadside dinosaurs are best known for their appearance in the film Peelawrence Big Giant Adventure in 1985. Here we go. Sculptor and theme park artist Claude Bell began construction of the dinosaurs in 1964 with the goal of attracting more customers to his nearby restaurant. There we go. The Wheel Inn. Wait a minute. You built giant dinosaurs to get people to come to your restaurant called Wheel Inn?
Why not just make better food? Why do you need to... I refuse to make better food, but I will construct dinosaurs.
Well, why not call it like the Dino Lodge or something? Or like...
Because it was before, it was pre-dinosaur.
Yeah, but then change the name of your restaurant. Because, listen, here's the deal.
Yeah.
If I saw these giant dinosaurs and was like, fuck yeah, I want to take some pictures of these giant dinosaurs. I want to see these giant dinosaurs. And then there was a restaurant next to it called Wheel Inn.
Yeah.
I'd be like, cool dinosaurs, bye, I'm out.
Yeah.
But if there was like a fucking restaurant called the like Dinosaur Diner or something, I'd be like,
Dinosaurs.
the dinosaur?
Yeah.
I'd be like, fuck yeah. Give me a pterodactyl egg over easy.
Yeah, hell yeah. Pterodactyl omelet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give me the fucking the T-Rex ribs.
Good. And that was a bit out of nowhere.
Anyway.
This was.
Well, it's not done because I need to tell you the goal was to attract people to his restaurant, which was open from 1958 to 2013.
Oh, shit. Closed down recently.
Dinny and Mr. Rex were completed in 1975 and 1986, respectively. Bell died in 1988 at age 91, and his family sold the property in the mid-1990s. Since then, Cabazon Dinosaurs has been the site of a roadside creationist museum and gift shop.
Roadside creationist, like people who pave the roads?
It's a creationist museum, which is a facility that hosts exhibits which use the established natural history museum format to present a young Earth creationist view that the Earth and life on Earth were created some 6,000 to 10,000 years ago in 6 days.
Oh man, that's so cool that that guy's dead and couldn't see that. I think if I was that guy's family, I'd count my money, and I'd be like, you know what, we did it. We made some savvy business.
Good
decision.
old Claude Bell.
Yeah. Now, if you see this dude pointing at the dinosaurs, like these are fake.
Now,
obviously.
as you can see, these didn't exist. Oh, wow. Okay, wow. What a fucking, that's crazy. There's so much more to talk about here then. Well, guys, thank you so much for listening to this episode of Dynamic Banter. You know, what a ride we've been on, and you know, thank you for bearing with us through some of the more serious episodes and being good listeners, and yeah. Mike, you got any plugs?
Probably. If you go on MikeFalzone.com, you'll see just too many shows. The next Friends and Friends show in Los Angeles is on the 17th, and the tickets on Eventbrite for that. And then we're bringing the Friends and Friends show to San Francisco for the first time. It'll be outside of Los Angeles.
Ding, ding.
And that'll be on December 9th. And there's also tickets on Eventbrite for that. And this is loading right now, so I'm going to go ahead. Okay, so Thursday, which is tonight, you missed a show at the Federal.
How dare you?
Wednesday, November 14th, I'll be at Flappers in Burbank twice. And I put up a link on the community tab of my fucking YouTube for some comp tickets to that. So if those are still around, you can grab those. Like I said, the 17th is Friends and Friends in WeHo. Tickets on Eventbrite. On the 8th, I'll be at the Setup in San Francisco. The 9th, it's the Bayfront Theater in San Francisco, and tickets for that are available either on MikeFalzone.com or Eventbrite. And then January 9th, I'll be at the Pikey. I think I'll be... the 26th of this month, I will be at the Laugh Factory, and inbox me somewhere if you'd like to be put on the guest list for that, and I'll put as many of you as I could possibly fit on the guest list before it closes, probably the day before the show. Use me for an exam.
And really quick, the Valley Folk are going to be performing in New York.
Oh, shit.
That's right. The Bell House in Brooklyn, New York, to be precise. Sunday, December 16th. You can get your tickets on Ticketfly or something. Or you can just go to the Bell House, thebellhousenewyork.com, and check out, you can get tickets there.
Or you can wait there.
Yeah, but it's going to be a great show. Starts at 7 p.m., December 16th, Sunday. That's a Sunday in Brooklyn, New York, the Bell House. So check us out. It's going to be fun. Santa Steve might do something. I don't know. Who cares? We're all going to die.
Jesus Christ.
Thank you guys so much for listening. We appreciate you very much. And, you know, be safe.
Yeah, man.
Be safe.
Great meeting you guys. We're going to get out and we're going to meet as many of you as humanly possible. That's a promise.
We're going to give you all hugs when we see you, too. We're going to hug for life.
I'm going to kiss your mouth.
I'm going to kiss your goddamn mouth.
I'm going to ask my wife permission to kiss all of you on the
I'm not asking anyone for permission. I'm going to kiss your mouth if I want to.
That was a HeadGum podcast.